Good afternoon, everyone. Today I've got a video review of Louis Vuitton California Dream. The way this video will go is we will briefly talk about the presentation, get stuck in with the scent profile and performance, give you some recommendations, and then towards the end of the video, I want to have a discussion with you guys about why I and yourself are probably not the target audience for not just this perfume, but all Louis Vuitton perfumes. If you're watching this channel, you know that this is my second Louis Vuitton perfume after Imagination. And I got my hands on this by pure luck, really. It was kind of a half a blind trade because I've smelled this before a year ago, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head whether California Dream or On the Beach or City of Stars, which one was which one. So the thing with Louis Vuitton, when they do appear on the grey market, especially in trustworthy places like Facebook groups and trade groups, they go immediately. We're talking you have less than 5 minutes to make a decision. And this kind of popped up and I went for it and I scooped it up and I thought, let's give it a go. Worst case, we can just move it on with incredible ease. So Louis Vuitton presentation as per normal, very beautiful bottle, incredible design. You've got the engraving on the cap, very nice magnet as well. Funny thing about the magnet is that it works all the way around. Usually like the magnets go in one direction only. This one, they've got the magnet to work. No matter how you do it, it just goes through very nicely. The very nice Louis Vuitton straw, which is almost invisible. Very good atomizer. Wore it today. I've worn this a good 7 times, I'd say, before filming this. So let's give it a go. I'll give it a few sprays here for you guys. Very nice atomizer indeed. Now these are going to be my last 2 sprays of this because I've actually moved it on, hence why I'm filming this review. Let's talk about the name first of all. Obviously I'm from the UK. I've never been to America, definitely not been to California. So hard for me to really talk about what the name means, but I think it focuses more on the dream component than the California component. Obviously California is a huge place. And when I think of California from the outside looking in, I think of Hollywood, I think of LA, I think of Silicon Valley, I think of the desert, I think of Mexican food, I think of homelessness and drugs and guns. Now, this doesn't smell like any of those things, to be honest with you. I kind of wish it did. So when it comes to the scent profile of California Dream, I would describe it as a tale of 2 halves. And unfortunately, like in football, the halves are 45 minutes long. And that's about how long the opening and how long the dry down lasts of this perfume. So California Dream starts off with, firstly, when you first spray it, it's impossible for you to smell this and it doesn't just make you feel good and make you smile. I get 2 things from the opening straight away. There is the mandarin orange and it's quite zesty. It's not really juicy or fruity like an afternoon swim, for example. It has that zest and that kind of oily kind of nature. So it's quite sharp mandarin orange. And I also get a couple more things in the opening. The mandarin orange, this kind of zesty mandarin orange is paired with this pear. Now, the Louis Vuitton website doesn't say it has pear, but other websites do. What happens is they use something called a brette, which is like a musk, a kind of thing derived from plants that's meant to replicate musk that obviously you can't get from animals anymore due to animal cruelty, etc. And it gives off a pear accord. Now, this is very popular in things you've probably smelled before. Another 13 by Le Labo and Dior Homme Intense has that as well. Dior Homme Intense, when people say it has pear in it, it's ambrette really. There's no pear accord per se. And obviously Dior Homme Intense has a lot of other things going on. So it's quite hard for you to pick up on it unless you're quite familiar with that chord. But it's very obvious in another 13. It's basically what the whole thing is made around. And I get very much huge similarities between California Dream and another 13. So if you like another 13, this is a pretty safe bet. You're probably going to like this one too. Now, the mandarin orange mixed with this pear slash ambrette is really nice. It's really fresh. It's really uplifting. It makes you smile. The ambrette slash pear makes it a bit more unique than like just a basic citrus. And when people say they don't get the pear or ambrette, it's because they assume what they're smelling is mandarin. If you're familiar with stuff like another 13, you can detect that this is not just mandarin orange that you're smelling. Now, California Dream is also based around this synthetic musk that Jacques Cavalier uses in a lot of his perfumes. usually in his more fresh ones. So it's in Afternoon Swim, City of Stars, On the Beach, and in this one too. And the musks that he uses, they give a very specific texture, and it's similar in all of them. And the way I'd describe this texture to you is basically it feels like hot air. Like, you know, if you go in a sauna, there's hot air there, or a steam room, there's hot air there. That's the texture you get. Or maybe if you're not familiar with those kind of things, let's say you've gone into a shop and it's air conditioned, or you're in a plane and it's air conditioned, and you step outside into a hot place for the very first time. You can feel like that evaporation. That's that kind of texture you get. And it's in all of the other ones too, to varying degrees. And that gives it a very much a holiday vibe. It's like you were swimming in the pool and the pool kept your body nice and cool. And then you went out, you went into one of those outdoor showers, and you turned it on, nice cool water, and then you kind of air dried. And that kind of texture of that sun warming up your skin, this is what that has. And I think that's why a lot of people say it's beachy or whatever in all cases. It's because of that musks that Jack Cavalier uses in pretty much all of them. He doesn't really have it in imagination, I'll be honest with you guys, or Pacific Chill, but in all the other ones, it's very obvious. And in these bare bone ones like here, California Dream, and an Afternoon Swim, you really get to feel it because there's really not a lot going on here. You have the mandarin, you have the ambrette/pear, and then you have this musk, and it really gives it a really nice feel. There's no way you can smell the opening and not feel happy, because it really takes you to that place where you're on holiday, you've just been swimming in the pool, in the sun, and it feels great. Now, this is a tale of two halves, and the second half, the mandarin kind of disappears, and what you're left with is the base, which has this musk, and it has benzoin to support it. Now, benzoin for me, the reference for that, which I am sure a lot of you have smelled, is Mustache by Rochas. So really vanillic, sweet, resinous kind of base. There's a touch of benzoin in there, which you can detect if you're familiar with benzoin. But it's that benzoin mixed with that kind of musk. To me, to the untrained nose, when other people have smelled this, they've said it smells like laundry detergent. I get why they do that. It's because the texture, it does smell like freshly cleaned clothes in a way. The ambrette and benzoin and mandarin can come across as that freshly cleaned clothes, fresh out of a dryer, especially when it's really warm, fresh out of the dryer. Now, unfortunately, after about an hour max, the mandarin is gone. The pear kind of lingers because it's mixed in with the musk, and you have slight benzoin. It's not very sweet. The dry down is really nothing to write home about. It's not really exciting. And the dry down stays like that after hour 1 till about hour 4. That's when I stop getting whiffs of it. It's totally like a 4 to 5 hour wear at the very max. And that is the reason why I'm passing this one on, because I only like the first hour. After that, it's nothing to really, after that, it's pretty boring. And to be honest with you, for me, a person with my collection, I need to love everything about the perfume for it to earn a space in my fragrance wardrobe. So liking the opening is not enough. Liking the dry down alone is not enough. So that's the reason why I'm passing this one on. Now, I do want to discuss something that I think is really important, and I believe I'll put it in the title of the video, is these perfumes are not designed for me or for you. And that's why we need to stop being a bit self-centered and realize that life doesn't revolve around us, and give the brand a bit of a break. Now, I'm not a Louis Vuitton shopper by any stretch of the imagination, but my understanding of Louis Vuitton shoppers is that roughly there are two kinds. There is the one Louis Vuitton shopper that is usually middle to lower class in upbringing, in financial situation, and they kind of want Louis Vuitton to plaster the logo all over their body and maybe to show off a bit. And the other Louis Vuitton kind of shopper is someone who is not a price shopper per se. They're not necessarily a cloud shopper or a logo shopper. They're more of a brand identity shopper. And what I mean by that is that they look at these brands, they don't really care about the price. They just want something that gives them the brand identity. So Chanel has a lot of these kind of shoppers. Hermes has a lot of these kind of shoppers, and Louis Vuitton is very much the same. Where they go, they have brand loyalty, they lack all the experience, they go and drop serious amounts of money, tens of thousands of pounds or dollars each time, and that's just how they live their lives, okay? I'm not shopper A or shopper B. Now, I don't think the first type of shopper I described really cares about Louis Vuitton perfumes, because ultimately you're not walking around holding the bottle saying, I smell like this, like me, or I'm cool because I smell like this. It's just a smell, right? So it's not exactly very flashy because no one can recognize the brand of your perfume. So I think this is aimed at the second type of shopper, who is that identity shopper. They don't really care about the price that much, okay? Now, Louis Vuitton perfumes are, correct me if I'm wrong, the cheapest item that you can buy at the Louis Vuitton boutique. I was there a few weeks ago when I picked up my bottle of Imagination, and even the most pathetic little accessory was like double the cost of the perfume. Okay. So as far as I'm concerned, this is like the most irrelevant item that Louis Vuitton sell. Now, think about it. Louis Vuitton they're probably making a lot of profit on the perfumes, right? But not as much profit as on a t-shirt, which costs like £1,000. This costs £250. It's a bargain in comparison to the t-shirt, right? But they have this buyer, right? The way the Louis Vuitton experience goes is you go into this boutique, a sales associate comes to you. If you're a regular shopper, they know you by name. They offer you a drink, tea, coffee, sparkling water, champagne. They show you around. It's very laid back. They're like, take a seat, please. We'll get all the items out for you. I've got this thing I want to show you so you can buy it, etc. So they like to keep you in there for a while, and you're not really going there to pick stuff off a shelf and go and try it on. It's very, very hands-on, right? So this person is going in there and they're probably spending thousands of pounds, right? And as you're waiting for your sales associate to go in the back to get the stuff for you, you have all these really beautiful bottles lined up in the middle of the store, and you probably go and give them a few sniffs here and there as you're waiting, because they like to keep you waiting. Let's say you chose your jacket and you just spent £3,000. They're going to go and pack it for you in the back and package it really beautifully. And you're just there, sat there like a lemon, right? So you're like, I might as well smell some perfumes. And you smell these. Now, you probably don't really know anything about perfume or don't really care about perfume, right? You're just there for the clothes and bags and leather goods and accessories. So you give this a smell and you're like, wow, this is really nice. Oh, wow, it's only 250, 260 pounds. Yeah, let me get that one there. Yeah, why not? Add it onto the bill. I'll pick one of these up, okay? This is who that is for, okay? It's not for frag heads. It's not for perfume lovers. It's not for me or you watching fragrance YouTube or making fragrance videos. And that's okay, okay? Not everything is for us. And we need to give the brand a break. Ultimately, the brand doesn't really care about us. They're not making this for the fragrance enthusiast, okay? They're making this for their shoppers who's there to buy clothes. And this is like an upsell add-on item. Oh yeah, I might as well get that as well because I'm here and I'm buying all this stuff and I really love the brand and it's part of my identity and I care about the brand. So unless you're that guy, okay, this is not made for you. So stop complaining about Louis Vuitton perfumes, okay? Louis Vuitton perfumes to the Louis Vuitton shopper is probably a bargain, right? And they're not made for you. I'll tell you that much right now. Only fragrance enthusiasts and nerds care about longevity, okay? The person who's shopping at Louis Vuitton, he probably buys this and sprays it on, and then if he wants if he wants it to last longer, he'll just spray on again because they can afford to do that. I love the first hour of this, and if I was a Louis Vuitton shopper, I'd probably buy this and just keep spraying it every hour, put it in my bag, my Louis Vuitton bag, that is, which costs thousands of pounds, right? Give the brand a break, okay? They haven't made this for you. You just happen to come across it because of some people online, and you go and you then are disappointed, okay? You're disappointed by Louis Vuitton fragrances, but they're not made for you. This is similar when people are disappointed by stuff like Dior Homme. Like, they don't want your business. They've made it for someone else, okay? And that's okay, because life doesn't revolve around us. Not every brand and every company is out there trying to make products for us. They're trying to make products for their target audience. And it's okay that we're not the target audience. It's okay that we care about uniqueness, cost per mil. It's okay that we care about longevity. It's okay that we care about all of these things, but who this is designed for doesn't care about any of these things. And they just think, this is a cool perfume, it's Louis Vuitton, the bottle looks beautiful. Ah, the opening smells really nice. I'm already here buying a lot of stuff, let me get this on as well. Why not? This is like when you go on holiday and you're buying a fridge magnet. Okay, this is a fridge magnet for the Louis Vuitton shopper. And that's absolutely fine. That's my opinion about who these fragrances are for and why it's quite silly to waste our time and effort insulting the brands and the perfumes when they're not really made for us. Do you guys agree with my assessment? Do you disagree? Do you think we're being unfair as a community on Louis Vuitton fragrances? Or do you think they deserve the hate that they get online for being expensive, not long lasting, and not worth the price? Let me know. Do you have any experiences with California Dream? Pop it in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.